Welcome, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your weekly tarot session. Before we get in, I'd like to pray for blessings and protection over this tarot session and all who partake. I pray that I be a clear channel for divine messages that are delivered in service to the highest good for all and for always. And I pray that this tarot reading amplify the energy of joy, peace, prosperity, and love in the lives of all who gather here. All right, so we're going to start with the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck, air signs, and get an overall elemental energy. And then I will pull additional cards for each of the sun, moon, and rising signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. Air signs. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Last one here. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the King of Blades. So very air sign energy. You're showing up very strong in your own air sign energy. Particularly this is Aquarius energy. So you are in your strength. You're literally in your element this week, air signs. Your mind is sharp. Your mind is clear. You're focused. You're likely communicating really well, or you're engaging with people who mirror that in you. And you have a good head on your shoulders this week. Okay, so let's get more specific. Let's look at, this could also be a professional of some sort, consultant, accountant, and it might even be people in your life who are a little bit older than you. Okay. Your energy this week is the Nine of Wands. So there's something that you've been bearing for a long time that has been very challenging, and you're a little battle weary going into this time period for you. And you might even have your guard up. You might be a little defensive because you're exhausted, because you have less bandwidth, less capacity due to the struggle or what you've been enduring so far. And I get the sense that this is a subtle thing. So it's not like you're literally climbing a mountain. Like you might not even process the fact that you're tired and battle weary and a little worn out, but this is verging on burnout here, air signs. And so you want to prioritize your good boundaries. You want to say no when you need to say no and want to say no, and don't exert more than you have to. And yet you're almost to the finish line. And so if you can hang in there a little bit longer, practice the self-care. It's almost like you're in the home stretch of like a project, and you have to tell your friends, I just have 1 week left to finish this project, 1 week left to finish the semester. I'm in finals week, taking my final exams. And so in just 1 week's time, I'll have more bandwidth to chit chat. I'll have more space to go out and have fun. But for right now, I need to hunker down and just finish this, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. All right, and what's crossing this energy for air signs is the Knight of Blades. So more air sign energy. This is specifically a Gemini court card, and it is, it is those conversations. It is the work, the exchange of ideas, the exchange of information. It could also be things going on in your environment here. Maybe for some of you, a change in your environment would relieve some of the stress. Changing your environment could relieve that sense of struggle and might help you in this last leg of your journey to sort of sustain yourself. Okay. Now, besides that, again, it is having the conversations that you need to have to put the finishing touches on this, to finally put this to rest, to finally free yourself from this. And for others of you where you need to process what you've been through, you need to process the pain, the heartache, the sacrifices. For some of you, you might need to be having or need to have, or you might benefit from conversations about what the process has been like for you. And that could really charge your battery and boost your energy as you finish this up and persevere to the end of whatever this is for you. Okay. So let's see if we can get more specific for each of the air signs. Tower just happens to be at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to pull a specific card for each of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. One more. Okay. Bottom of this deck, we have the Sun. I love to see this. This is suggesting that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is the Sun. It is not a train. So whatever this Nine of Wands is that you've been enduring, you are so close to being done with that. You are so close to being finished with that and being able to put that behind you. And you're going to be going into a period that feels so much brighter, so much easier, so much happier. You're not going to have to fight and be so protective and be so defensive of your energy and your time and your heart and your mind, right? You're going to be able to open up a little bit and sort of bloom. That's the imagery that I'm getting, is that you've been pushing through the whatever it is that flowers bloom out of, the bud, and now you're able to like just soak up all that good sun and the rain and the fresh air. So just hang in there. This is the literal light at the end of the tunnel. Beneath that, we also have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So this is a lot of Leo energy here, and even the Three of Wands. So I'm pulling all this because it's very optimistic. These are all extremely optimistic cards. Success, fresh starts, new invigorated starts. What is this? King of Pentacles happens to be in there too for some reason. Three of Wands, broadening your horizons, seeing the growth, starting to get that initial round of positive feedback that this is going somewhere. Lovely, lovely bottom of the deck cards here. And let's pull for each of the signs. For Gemini's, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is very nice, Gemini. So many of you are at the end of a course of study specifically. Many of you who are watching this happen to be students. And so my final example, maybe you're finishing up your dissertation or your thesis or your capstone project, or just about to end a class or end a course, turning in that last assignment. And if you're not actually in school, like in school proper, then maybe it's the end of a professional training, or maybe for some of you, you're almost done with your, what do you call that? Not apprenticeship for some of you, but your probationary period, right? Or your training period. And another way that this could show up with this Three of Pentacles for Geminis is that there is something you need to learn to get over that last step, right? And so maybe this last test in your life, whether it be like a life test or like a school test, there might be a little bit more learning you have to do to complete that successfully, okay? Now for Libras, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, Libras, it's all about self-care for you, my dears. So like I was saying, the thing that you can focus on to help you persevere to the end of this is good self-care, getting the sleep, really pacing yourself, and not neglecting your needs while you try to finish this thing. And I say that for Libras in particular, what I am sensing is that you might not have a clear set date for how long this is going to last. Like whatever you might be going through or enduring, like there's not an official like end date. And so you want to care for yourself. You don't want to say, oh, I'll just not take a shower or not sleep until this is done, because you don't necessarily know when it's going to be done. And so you will be able to persist and persevere by practicing good self-care now. Okay. Now, if this is a person in your life, they could be a earth sign woman or earth sign feminine person who also takes really good care of themselves, but also takes really good care of their business, takes good care of their home. They sort of have a good, sound, solid advice. So this could be the person you're talking to here with the Knight of Blades. And if it is true to the sign, that would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person. But it doesn't have to be that. Just someone who has those very grounded, stable, sort of rock type personality. And then last but not least, Aquariuses, you have the World. Ooh, Aquarius, you are about to graduate. Some of you are literally about to graduate. I think this is coming out in May. So it's definitely graduation season for a lot of people. But Aquarius, the World card, while it is my graduation card, it is also my leveling up card. So it's not just ending something. Whatever you're ending, Aquarius, it is taking you to a whole new level, a whole new world. Okay. So it's not just like, oh, it's the end of one class. This is like the end of your education in terms of like graduating. So for Geminis, you might be ending like a class with the Three of Pentacles. For Aquariuses, you might be ending like your actual schooling or your actual like internship, right? Where then you get to get hired onto the company full time or something like that. But definitely a beautiful completion. You are coming out wiser than ever. And as I mentioned, that King of Swords, Aquarius energy is here really strong. The world is also ruled by Saturn. And so Saturn is the card of lessons. It is the card of that acquired wisdom. And you have earned every ounce of wisdom that you're getting, air signs. Okay. So yeah, I guess the overall message is to hang in there because you are definitely close to the ending. And don't neglect your needs as you are rounding this corner, okay? That's what I have for you. Be sure to check for your sun, moon, and rising signs. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.